A weird light. Maybe that's better. I'm just waiting one more minute. And I did put in the chat the itinerary or the sample itinerary, which we'll look at in a few minutes, and a Google Doc for contact information if you're interested after we talk through everything. Okay, welcome. My name is Annie Dragoo. I hope that, yeah, I'll resend. I hope that y'all have a good day. And I will, what I'm doing is putting two things in the chat. This one is a Google document for signing up to get the link to make payments and all of that kind of stuff, all the details. And then the second one that I'm putting in is the proposed itinerary. So there's that one. So Google Doc and proposed itinerary. If you have any questions as I go through this, please just feel free to interrupt me and ask, and we'll just kind of go through it. So we have always traveled with a company called Drago Sojourns. It is actually Billy Dragoo, our director. It's his brother's company, and they are a custom travel company and will create a custom experience for us and what we want. And they match or try and beat the cost of, say, EF Tours and all the other tours. So we know we're getting the least expensive trip that we can get. And a lot right now is determined, cost is determined by the airline flights right now overseas, which are a little bit expensive. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to look at, y'all, I haven't done Zoom in so long. I gotta remember how to share my screen. Give me just a minute. Hello. Sorry about that. So I tell you what, if you'll just open the document that you can look at and we'll go through. This is an itinerary for a trip during spring break, and it is 7 days. 2 of the days are travel, and 1 of the days is going to be, no, 2 days travel, 5 days in London, or 4 days in London, 1 day in Stratford upon Avon. So if you pull that file up, everything is included. So our trip to London is a private personalized tour for your group. It includes round trip international airfare on regularly scheduled airlines. It includes 1 regular size checked bags, meaning no more than 50 pounds. All the ground transportation to and from all of our activities. It includes nightly hotel accommodations, breakfast and dinner every day, 2 theater performances, and as a group, we'll decide what we want to see. And then the entry fees to all the sites listed on the itinerary, which we'll get to. And it includes personal tour consultant and travel support team to help plan the trip. The trip is going to be led by Billy and I. Billy did his master's in London, and we both did internships with the Globe, so we're very familiar with the city, so we'll be leading the tours. What's not included is extra fees if you take extra bags, lunches, and drinks other than water with your meals, and trip insurance. Right now, it's recommended, but it's just optional. So let's see. So again, you get round trip airfare, full-time tour director, 5 nights lodging, breakfast and dinner each day, 2 theater performances, and entry fees to all the different things that we're going to do. So the first day will be the overnight flight to Europe. And normally all flights to, say, London are overnight. They leave about 9 p.m. and they arrive in the morning. So day 2 will arrive in London, get to our hotel, get settled in, and we do a guided tour of Hampton Court Palace. And then we obviously get to our hotel for check-in. On day 3, this is all up for discussion with who wants to go, but this is what Billy and I said we think is important. So day 3 is a trip to Stratford upon Avon. That's the city where William Shakespeare was born and lived, and that's where he died as well. Anne Hathaway's cottage, that's his wife's home that he sent money to for her and the children to live. And in Stratford upon Avon, there's also the Holy Trinity Church and Shakespeare's tomb, and then his birthplace. And then that day we return to London. When we go to Stratford upon Avon, it's a train trip and then a train trip back. We'll have breakfast before we leave. We'll eat lunch there, and then we'll return to London by train and have dinner in London. Day 4 is a guided tour of the Tower of London, backstage tour of the National Theatre, and then an evening theater performance on the West End that we'll all decide what we want to see. And then day 5 is a backstage tour of the Globe Theatre, a theater workshop with the Globe educational practitioners. And then we'll visit the British Museum and then have an evening theatrical performance in the West End. Again, we'll decide as a group what we want to go see. And it is possible that half of our group goes to see one show while half of our group goes to see another show, because this is a customized tour. On day 6, we'll have a guided tour of Westminster Abbey, and we'll be able to see all of the beautiful things that are in that abbey, as well as the graveyard of all the famous people, the famous Brits, poets and leaders. And then we'll go to Covent Garden and visit Covent Garden. And then we have some free time that day for shopping. And there's lots of different areas in the city of London that we can go for shopping. And Billy and I know some tricks and some really places we'll take everybody. And then day 7 is we transfer to the airport and fly home. That's just kind of that's a basic itinerary. And as
make it work on my computer.
As a group, we can decide if we want to do things that are a little bit different. So I'm going to stop there. I'm going to mute Courtney. I'm going to stop there and ask if you have any questions that I can talk you through, and we can discuss things. So if you have any questions or anything, you can unmute and let me know.
Annie, can you take us through day 2 again? I was having trouble dialing in and I kind of missed that one.
Sure, yeah. Day 2, so we're going to fly overnight to London. On day 2, when we arrive in London, we'll transfer to the hotel for a check-in, and then we're doing a guided tour of Hampton Court Place. And that'll be a long day for the kids, so we book a little extra time for rest and recuperating from jet lag. So it could include some shopping time or touring areas around the Shakespeare Hotel, which we stay at the Shakespeare Hotel there.
Great. Mm-hmm. And so then West End shows, that's going to be day 4 and day 5, both of those, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And as a group, we'll decide. We have lots of choices. When we've gone before, there's so many choices. Some kids went with me to see a show, and some kids went with Billy to see a show. I tend more towards the musicals. Billy tends more towards the straight, not traditional theater. So one of the shows could be at the National Theatre or the Globe as well. It doesn't have to be at the West End. So Okay, anybody else have questions?
I have more questions.
Okay,
What's
Courtney.
what's the chaperone situation?
Billy and I are going. Anybody can go. Students can go, parents can go. So as far as chaperones, if well, in this group there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people, and me and Billy and our daughter. So that would be 11 students and Billy and I. But it's open to parents, it's open to teachers. So whoever wants to go can go.
Cool.
We like the family trips when possible because it's just a neat thing to have parents and students go and kind of experience everything when we do get to travel.
And so if we signed up for this trip as a family, we would be able to do all the events?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Mhm.
Oh, awesome. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Hi, could you tell me what the price is? I can't pull up the itinerary.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So right now this price is determined on the flights as of like right now. It could go down, but this is a guaranteed price. It could be less, but it will not be more. So
Okay.
the price per student with 3 or 4 in a room is $3,550. So $3,550. If you're an adult and you want in a twin or double, then it's for adults, twin and double rooms are $39.75. But if you're an adult and you're going and you don't mind sharing a room with your child or your partner, you would have that $35.50 price. And then if you're an adult and you want your own room, it's quite a bit more. It's $43.75. And this money is done all on payment plans. You don't have to pay it all at once. You pay it out. I don't know anybody who could pay all that out at once. And so,
And they're fundraisers or what?
well, this is not a school event, not necessarily a school
Okay.
event. We can do fundraisers, but as the teacher, I would need help in that because we have other
Okay.
fundraisers
Yeah.
going on. I'm totally open to that. I
Okay.
know I would need it because there's 3 of us going. So I'm happy to get some things going, and those that want to go, we can fundraise. I think that would be a great option for us, actually.
And I know there's only 10 people on this call, but how many students have you had on this trip in the past?
We've taken to London. You mean
Yeah.
to London? I think our biggest group has been 15.
Okay.
But when we went to Europe, like when we went to Italy, Austria, and Germany, we took more like 20 to
Okay.
20. I think it was
Okay.
20. Mhm. Yeah. So because it's a customized trip and Austin High is all about the travel, some kids have other travel that's happening over spring break. And so the smaller groups are just fine. Works out just great.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Can everybody access the Google file that I put in chat?
Oh my God. What?
So here's the next step. If you are interested in this, we can.
Still going.
I'm getting
Probably.
some noise in there. So we can. The next step is I need your email addresses or contact information, and the owner of the company, Michael, he will put on the website Austin High London trip, and then you log in and create an account, and you can make your payments through the website. And then we make sure that everybody has their passports. We can do our fundraising and do a collective. Like if we know that there's 10 people going and that's roughly $30,000, we can do big fundraisers to, that sounds like a lot of money, like right up. But the next step is for me, if you're interested, for me to give Michael your email addresses, and then on the, oh wait, is it? No, the email addresses are for me for contact information. Michael will put on his website the link. It'll say Austin High London trip for spring break. Then you can go to the website, log on, and create an account, and then that's how you make your payments. monthly or however you want to do it, biweekly or every 2 months or whatever. So, if you do put your contact information in that Google Doc, I will email you the itinerary and the website and all of that, so you can see all that Drago has to offer. Does anybody else have any questions?
What are the dates?
So yeah, that's a good point. The dates are spring break 2024, and it's leaving on Friday before spring break, leaving on that day, and it's 7 days, so returning on Thursday. And it would be an excused absence when we leave on Friday, or I'm sorry, when we leave on Friday, it would be an excused absence from school. But if you don't like leaving on Friday, we can leave on Saturday. But I think this cost is for Friday. We could leave on Saturday and come back Friday, but this plan is for Friday to Thursday. And the reason it's coming back on Thursday is because of the UIL one-act play competition. We always have rehearsal the Saturday and Sunday before our contest on Monday. So we have to be back in time for those rehearsals.
Do y'all host a trip every spring break? Just wondering if this would be an option in the future. Or
Yeah, it will be. Sometimes we do New York, and sometimes we do London. One time we did Italy, Austria, and Germany. We haven't gotten to travel in a long time because of COVID, and then we had a baby. We couldn't travel with the baby, but now our baby's a senior, and so we're gonna go again. But yes, this is an option. We can travel every year, but we don't do big trips every year. Sometimes it's a trip to New York City.
Thanks.
Any other comments, questions? Go ahead.
How,
Oh, you bleeped out and I couldn't hear you.
how soon would you need a decision on if we'd like to participate?
I think that, did you ask how soon do we need a decision on going? Was that your question?
Yes, that was the
Okay.
question.
Okay, I think what I have to do is have Michael set up our trip, and I don't think there's any time that, let's say October 30th. That way we can make sure we have enough tickets and get them early. So we'll say October 30th. No, I'm sorry. Let me think. He didn't tell me that. Let me ask him real quickly. I want to give you the correct information. I want to make sure. It's just depending on how many, the earlier you sign up, the more payments you can make. The later you sign up, the less payments you can make.
Right.
So, yeah. So I'm texting him and he can, he's in another meeting, but he can answer my text. And
Is there a minimum number of students that you need to pull this off?
no, not necessarily. We were hoping for 10. So, but there's
10's
not,
a nice number.
I think it's a good round number. It'll be good. He hasn't answered me, but I can email that to you. I'm going to say September 30th. That way we can get everything started and get the tickets for flights. That's the most expensive part of the trip, is the flight overseas. So let's say September 30th. That way we can get what we need as far as tickets.
Is this looking at you said this is an overnight flight, so it's like that BA direct to London kind of a flight.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the past, and I don't know how they have it set up right now, but in the past we flew from Austin to New York, and then the flight from New York was at 9 p.m.
Okay.
So he told me we can do our whatever we want our deadline to sign up to be. Most school groups do September 15th, but if that's too soon, we can do October 1st. So let's just kind of meet, let's say, September 30th is our deadline to sign up.
And will you,
there
wait,
were
are you,
some-
oh, sorry. I was gonna say, will you call another meeting to kind of like rope people back into this discussion again before that deadline?
Yes, absolutely. There are some people that have already told me, that they couldn't be at this tonight, so I'm recording this for them. So I know there's already some other people that want to go, but couldn't be at the Zoom.
I mean, I think this is a fantastic opportunity, but my daughter's a freshman, so I think she's she's a little bit hesitant because she's like, I want to know the other freshmen are going. I don't want to be the only
Oh, well,
What?
who's your daughter?
Griffin, Nova, McFadden.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, is there any other freshmen, parents? Or
My daughter's Kira. I think we're pretty.
Kira, okay, and then Gabriel is are
My
you-
daughter's Kayla.
yeah, so
Okay.
see, it's a lot of freshmen.
Yeah, there
and my
are a lot of
daughter's
freshmen.
Sophia.
That's right.
And my daughter's a senior and she'll be going, but there's the ones that couldn't attend the meeting were kiddos who had jobs and they're upperclassmen. So yeah, I think there's gonna be plenty.
Cool.
Yeah. So I just put in the chat that we'll make September 30th our deadline. And then between now, I can let you know when the website is ready for you to create an account and start making your payments. And then I just need your email addresses before I can do that. So I can send you all an email. But yeah, we'll whoever ends up going, we'll have maybe monthly meetings just to kind of talk through what we want, decide what shows we want. If there's something else we want to do besides Hampton Palace, we don't have to do that. We could go to Buckingham Palace. I mean, it's just it's a customized tour. So we as the group get to decide what we do, and we get to decide the shows that we're going to see, which is what I really love about that. Okay, so just to recap, if you'll put your email address in the Google Doc, then I can email you the itinerary again if you want a better copy. And I can just kind of recap. And then we'll have another meeting closer to September 30th and just kind of make sure I'll invite people who didn't come. And I'll share this recording with them as well. So thank you for asking questions because those were good ones. And I'm sure I missed some stuff. But if I did,
I'm very annoying with questions, so sorry.
no, it's okay, Courtney, go ahead.
No, that's all that I had. I'm just saying I feel like I sort of dominated the conversation with my questions. So
No,
like,
I guarantee you, I know after teaching for 30 years that somebody has a question and they didn't ask it. So your question wasn't just for you. So
good deal.
yeah.
All
Okay.
right. Thank you so much.
I'll stay on for a few minutes if you guys have any questions or comments or any ideas. Other than that, if you just make sure you put your email address and your name in that Google Doc, I can send you more information via email.
Awesome. Thank you, Annie.
Yeah, y'all, thank you. Y'all have a good evening.
You too.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey.
Thank you. And can I email you because I can't get to the Google Doc because I'm on
Oh,
my phone
yeah,
and I can't
just-
see
it
the
just-
chat. Is
just
that
my-
okay?
Yeah, you use my school email. Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Is the Google Doc, was there a link? Cause I don't see
Oh, I
it.
can put it in there again for you. Let's
Thank
see.
you.
No, that's fine. I
It's late.
took it in the
Awesome.
chat.
Thank
See if you can get to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no problem.
Okay, and so if I put my information here, can you send me the recording?
Absolutely. I'll send you the recording and I'll send you the itinerary and the website address so you can look at the kind of tours he's given before.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Sarah, did you have any other questions? Sarah, did you have any other questions? Thank you. Thanks, Sarah. Y'all have a good evening.